Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The Commonwealth Casino Commission wants to know who is the boss. Also tonight, their fun is not so fun for others who wish to enjoy the beach. And wandering cows drop problems in a grave situation. In sports, Bob says catching EE is easy. Stay with us. These stories and more coming your way next.
Thank you for being here with us.
For finding ways to keep things happening.
For making things feel a lot better.
Thank you.
Energize, realize, feels so good just to be alive. Time's a gift, my time is free. I can spend it on you, you can spend it on me. I can say you'll be blown away by the change you see me. And I feel alright, dance all night, put a little flavor in my life.
Thank you for staying strong with us.
And for us.
Thank you for always connecting.
For keeping us together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding us
That despite this distance,
We are still better together.
Every day, I put the good stuff in. Yeah.
Docomo Pacific, better together.
Hafa Day, Turwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, June 26th, 2020. The Commonwealth Casino Commission held their monthly meeting, and one major concern that was addressed is the absence of a Chief Executive Officer for Imperial Pacific International. There has been no Chief Executive Officer for Imperial Pacific International Saipan since Mark Brown resigned back in December of 2019.
Any knowledge on when IPI would appoint a CEO?
As far as the CEO, IPI has found a qualified candidate, and so we're still negotiating on the employment terms and conditions for that candidate. So we'll update the commission once that's final.
Are you aware that there's an order that we will order IPI to appoint within 15 days?
I know I wasn't aware. Is that an order?
Yes, it's coming today when the commission acted on it. It's no longer waiting for IPI since the departure of Mark Brown. Every week or so, we're reminded how urgent it is. It was landing, because of inactivity, it appears it's landing on deaf ears. It's time for the commission to act on that.
The Casino Commission's order requires IPI to appoint a CEO by July 10th, 2020. Clean water and clean beaches. It's the cornerstone of our tourism industry, and we all share the responsibility to care for our environment. Beach parties, especially those involving drinking, can ultimately lead to some bad environmental decisions. This was the scene today, just between Hyatt and Fiesta. It's trashed. Loads of cans and bottles, nuts, and pizza boxes. The trash left behind this week has attracted a lot of flies as they are drawn to the food and drink remnants, and animals have started spreading the rest. This trash could soon end up in the ocean and can become a threat to marine life. It shouldn't be this way. Micro Beach is one of the best places to enjoy the Saipan Lagoon. The water is warm, relatively clear, shallow, and the sand is soft and white. Two of the CNMI's top hotels have strategically parked here, Hyatt Regency Saipan and Fiesta Resort. Clean beaches are important to the CNMI both from an environmental standpoint and an economic one. With no tourists on island, the beach condition is really up to us, and sunsets are spectacular, especially this time of year. Nature should be getting a break without much human impact, but this isn't just a story about another beach that gets trashed. Trash can be telling. We know those responsible drink Asahi Blue, Heineken, Corona, and rum. And we know they like pizza. This doesn't really narrow it down too much, but when KSPN went to investigate, we found a pizza order. And that pizza order had a name and a phone number on the receipt. Now we are getting somewhere. We gave her a call. Hello, hi, is this...
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ashley calling from Channel 2 News. We got a report about a party that happened, I believe, on Wednesday this week at Micro Beach. Did you guys have a gathering?
Wednesday?
Yes.
No, I was working.
Well, I wanted to call you before we ran a story because it looks like there was a lot of trash left behind. You know, the cans and bottles, nuts, pizza boxes, and it's a really sensitive area. And we found a pizza box that had your name and cell phone number on it. It was in the middle of this pile of trash on the beach. The woman says she was not present for the gathering, but she did drop off the pizza. Do you recall if possibly you ordered a pizza?
I stopped by to give up a pizza box.
Oh, okay. Well, do you know about how many people were involved in this gathering?
I'm not sure.
Who did you happen to drop the pizza off to? Was it family or friends or?
Just friends. But when I visit, it was just a few people.
Oh, okay, just a few people.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you know that these members from this group left the trash behind, and the pizza box with your name and number was on top of this pile of trash?
No, I'm sorry.
Would you and your group or your friends who possibly are out there, would they be willing to go clean it up today?
I'm sorry about that.
Out of respect for privacy, KSPN has decided not to disclose the individual's name. As of 4 p.m., the trash was still on Micro Beach. The CNMI Department of Labor office will be the only location for those seeking application packets for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. The Jotan Kizu Public Library will no longer be an application center.
We're going to be having our PUA applications processed at Building 1334 from 8 to 4, and we will no longer have them distributed at other places. I know that they're getting a lot of questions down at the library, and it's a bit overwhelming. So I talked to the library director there, and we've agreed that we'll move everything back up here to headquarters, since the people here are trained and a little bit more knowledgeable in the PUA program than, say, the staff at the library. But I'm very grateful that they have reached out to help us. It did do a lot of good for some people who couldn't come up here. But now, in light of trying to protect the program's integrity, we want to move it up here and have them assisted here in our building.
Loose cattle is becoming an issue, especially in the area of Marpi. A meeting was held between DPL, MVA, DPR, and the Veterans Affairs Office to address the problem. Take a listen. It's a situation that has become a major issue in the Marpi area, loose cattle, and what comes along with the loose cattle.
The cow droppings, not only is it unsightly, but it degrades the CNMI as a tourist destination. The parks that maintains the tourist sites also have, concerns about cleaning up those unsightly scenes. The Veterans Affairs Office would call our office and complain about the cattle on the cemetery, and just disrespects those veterans and soldiers, fallen soldiers that leads to this there. Not only that, but it poses a concern on motorists and cyclists, as well as the general public. And it also poses a risk to the grazers, in case something happens, an accident or a death. The owners of the cattle can be liable for those concerns.
And with the opening of tourism right around the corner, it's an issue that must be addressed because, let's face it, cow manure is not only a nasty sight and smell, it's also a health concern.
Cow manures will cause, it contains pathogenics that will affect and it'll affect our health. So it's a safety health risk.
Executive Director of the Veterans Affairs Office, Stanley Ikapo, says this has also become an issue at the Veterans Cemetery and addressed the cattle owners with a poignant question.
How do you feel when you just buried your loved one yesterday? And then you come the next day to visit your mom, your dad, your uncle, your son, your brother, your cousin, someone that's dear to you. You come the next day, and then you find manure right on his or her headstone. How does that feel? How does that make you feel?
DPL has now made provisions to the permits to assist with the problem.
And I just wanted to highlight certain provisions in the Article 3 that we have amended. Of course, once you get your permit, you are given at least 60 days to erect your fencing. It's a temporary fencing. No permanent structures are allowed. The fencing will be along the perimeter of your permit boundaries. Okay. Also, we will be requiring that you will be tagging or branding your cattle. So this is something new that we will be implementing as a requirement in the permit. And then we will be asking Department of Public Safety with the help of MVA and Veterans Affairs and also the public to assist us in monitoring these issues and problems. And any 3 violations that occur within your permit, we will be terminating the permit.
Some cattle owners say 60 days to put up a temporary fence is not enough time.
Reading the new applicable and the regulation, the 60 days that they're giving us is really not manageable for us to really contain the whole area.
But DPL has assured the ranchers that if more time is needed to build the fence, an extension will be given. DPL Secretary Marian Terregazo says there are 12 permits in Marpi, and they are just asking these cattle grazers to keep the livestock within the permitted areas.
Please keep your fences maintained, keep your cattle inside. Otherwise, what is the use of the permit?
Coming up, we head over to NMC to check out what programs are available for the recent high school graduates. Stay tuned.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. Hi, my love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Did you know CNMI's coral reefs and seagrass ecosystems are worth about $115 million a year? Coral reefs alone are valued over $100 million a year. All the more reason these precious ecosystems must continue to be protected. Coral reefs are important to the people of the CNMI because they provide traditional and subsistence uses, production of commercial food products, recreational opportunities for a healthy tourist economy, and physical protection from storms. Do not break or collect coral to take home with you. We need them. Corals are living animals, and it takes decades to create reef structures. Planting trees, grass, and shrubs on bare soil helps prevent sediment from entering our oceans. Trees also help fight climate change. Use a rain barrel and collect water from roofs, yards, and paved surfaces. You can help keep storm water on your property and pollutants out of waterways by building a rain garden. The ocean floor isn't a dance floor. Stepping on corals can break them. Maintain buoyancy when snorkeling or diving. Nutrients from excess fertilizer increases algae growth that blocks sunlight to corals. Coral reefs need clean, clear water to survive. Help keep our beaches litter-free. Always take out your own trash and a little bit more. Anchor in sandy areas away from coral and seagrass or use mooring buoys so the anchor and chain do not drag on nearby corals. Reduce, reuse, rethink, repair, refuse, recycle. Do not feed the fish. Do not take or step on coral. Do not collect shells. Do not fish. Help with local tree planting community events, local beach cleanups, and get involved in protecting your watershed. Participate in training or education programs that focus on reef ecology. You can make a difference. Please contact Mina to get involved in community conservation.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. It may be summertime in the Commonwealth, but the Northern Marianas College wants to get you started on another journey. Sally Lemus has the details.
Happy day everyone, my name is Salvi Villanova, 2016 NMC alumni with an Associates of Science in Nursing and Liberal Arts with an emphasis in Health and Physical Education. Currently I'm in the process of applying for my bachelor's degree at the Oregon Health and Science University through their RN to BSN online program. I now live out here in Portland working as a full-time charge nurse at Shehalem Health and Rehab in Newburgh, Oregon.
It's about that time of year where fresh high school graduates think about what's the next step. The Northern Marianas College wants to help and invites you to start smart with them. With a comprehensive list of programs, those thriving won't have to go far to get ahead.
Our Bachelor of Science in Education with several concentrations. We have an Associate of Arts for those looking to in fact transfer. If you want to go straight into the workforce, we have an Associate of Science in Nursing, Natural Resource Management. Our newest program, bachelor's program, is our Bachelor of Science in Business. That was in relation to the workforce needs of the CNMI. A lot of our hotels, government agencies have been saying, hey, we need a program for our workforce, and this is a product of that partnership, public and private partnership. An Associate of Applied Science in Business Administration with emphasis in accounting, computer applications, and business. Hospitality management, criminal justice, and fire science.
Manny Kostru, who heads enrollment services, says you won't only be close to home, but your savings will be major.
Your average university, you're looking at $600 per credit. And this is average, so like if you look at most universities, it's $600 a credit. At a community college like NMC, our residents are getting $128.25 per credit. What does that look like? So for one class, it's $1,800 at a university. At NMC, it's $384.
NMC also offers a ROTC program. Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Anderson shares some important points.
Number one, it's free. Number two, we're going to teach you about leadership. And then number three is there is no commitment to military service or becoming an Army officer until you start your junior year. So the classes are free. We're going to focus on developing your leadership skills and developing who you are as a leader, work on your strengths and your weaknesses, while you're also getting academic credit for going through the course. Our instructors are based in Guam, but we actually fly to Saipan, to Northern Marianas College, once a month. So we do our classes on the weekends, but the classes are open to anyone who would like to join.
As the CNMI goes through some difficult times, NMC leaders continue to share words of encouragement.
I just want to give a little bit of encouragement. I know we're going through some tough times economically, and being an Army officer is one of those ways where you can serve your country. You can also make sure that you get your degree completed, which everybody wants to do, get their degree done. And then, also have a solid economic base for you once you graduate from college. I know for me, when I graduated from college, I was so happy to know that I had a job right away, that I was going to be able to walk right into as a commissioned officer. There's also the option if individuals don't want to leave the region, you can also choose to, and if you get selected to go National Guard or Reserve, you can be a National Guard or Reserve officer where you would stay locally and you would serve with the local National Guard or Army Reserve unit and just do the 1 weekend a month and then 2 to 3 weeks every summer as an Army officer, and then you would have your regular day job there on the island.
Registration is ongoing at NMC and help is out there.
Anyone interested in finally focusing on that goal that they always wanted to achieve with the various programs we offer, registration is ongoing till August 17th, which is the first day of classes. But Sally, I just also want to reemphasize that there's money out there. There's the Pell Grant, there's even financial aid for the summer, there's CNMI, SHEFA, so there's a lot of incentive for getting that extra credential that's going to move you up in any career field that you decide. So just to the community, if you need help with that, just know that NMC is there. We are a community college. We're there for you. So just email admissions@marianas.edu or give us a call, and we'll gladly help you with your goals.
NMC has given me a solid foundation for my career, and I couldn't have thanked my instructors, my ERO team and mentors, my PROA friends and family for setting me on the right path for success in this field.
Thank you, Sally. We like big fish and we like small fish. Hope you like this fish that'll jump out of the water right after this brief message.
Life gets better. Get on better internet plans with the strongest internet from Docomo Pacific. With whole home Wi-Fi, it's the better way to work, play, and surf at home with the fastest download and upload speeds in the CNMI. Your better internet comes with the free Plume SuperPod for the strongest and safest Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Sign up today for as low as $50 a month and get a free smart tablet. Better value for your best connection. Because in everything we do, we are always better together.
Welcome to the Marianas Eye Institute. Our office on Beach Road is staffed with U.S. certified eye care technicians, doctors that have received national recognition, and a friendly, professional staff that will look after you and your loved ones. With over 1,200 eyeglass frames to choose from and an in-house lab, we can make most glasses in about an hour, and we even feature a mobile clinic to bring eye care to you. Keep your eyes healthy and strong with professional eye care at the Marianas Eye Institute. At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Buenas sports fans. Bueno, sports fans, the bigger the better does not always apply to fishing. Take EE for example. Yeah, take it out of the water. EE is easy.
Even sometimes even you don't have bait, you can catch because it looks like they're very hungry. You have get the right time here. So just still eating and throwing, casting. Maybe later on you can come.
So what kind of fish you guys catch here?
If you got lucky, that's what I told you. Is if you have time, they have a time to bite. Mostly it's EE for now. See, we have using bait like this. Not jelly, but they call it like axle like that. They call it like a plastic or something like jelly also.
This is what you use for catching EE?
Catching EE. And sometimes if you get lucky, even mafuti you can catch. And then you break out. Why? It's too very heavy, but a good size. And if you got lucky, you can take it out because the line is too small. I'm using 2 pounds. If you got lucky and then you can catch 1 pound of mafuti, you're very lucky. But mostly like this, always cut the line. So now, maybe this is the time biting. So there's a EE catching EE line. I'm gonna try. There.
Doesn't take long, 15 minutes to feed a family.
So 20 minutes we catch here. I catch 25 pieces only here for 10 to 15 minutes and then stop.
What's the best kind of food? Free food!
To survive. You know, we don't have work. Very hard to stay at home because you're gonna get fast to get sick. But here, I want to exercise. If you catch fish, you have food.
Our Facebook Fishes of the Week come courtesy of NMI soccer coach Jers Angeles. That's good for the aquarium. And here's one for the family feast. Jay Cabrera bringing in this beast, Onaga, a delicacy and quite expensive in Hawaii. The status of the annual Billfish Derby remains a work in progress today. Let's just say everyone wants it to happen. It's a matter of working within the guidelines in a world of constant flux. The 2000 Derby, a huge success, both in terms of fish and friends. This year's Fishing Derby was as crowded with spectators as any in the history of this event. While Saturday had the normal quiet turnout, people started setting up canopies and barbecues and family gatherings Sunday morning. And by the time the afternoon rolled around, the choice spots were filled up. And by 4 o'clock, it was jam-packed. Everyone was in a good, loving mood. Fisherman Louis Daly sat this one out but said love was in the air.
All right, Louis, your observations of the 2014 as a former fisherman who refuses to fix up his boat. What are your comments on this tournament?
It's one of the best we've had in years.
In terms of?
The amount of fish. Lots and lots of marlin.
Yeah.
Lots of everything.
How about people?
People too.
I love your trip.
Yeah,
Your
everybody's
trip was insane.
loving this one.
You went to like all the national parks and all the cool stuff.
While marlin and other fish were plentiful, they were on the small side, relatively speaking, but passing clouds Sunday afternoon brought the fish up, according to Derby participant Ray Hummel.
Cold-blooded fish in weather like this, they have to come up to feel the heat of the sun so that their body can process the food that they're eating and stuff like that. Not like warm-blooded mammals.
The 2 largest marlin of the tournament, in fact, reeled in right after the rain.
And the fish in that situation tends to dive deep. They would want to come up, but because of the rain, they'll stay down. So it's a little bit tricky, but there's a good timing to this thing. Right when the rain stops or is about to begin, with that overcast, that's when they tend to bite.
But Louis actually had a more logical, scientific reason to explain why there were so many fish caught this year.
You got an explanation, Louis?
Yes, sir, I do. I got Happy Toes, and they bring things in. They bring in good luck. Yesterday and today they brought in fish.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Get your game and gear at Gold's Gym Saipan. Group exercise is a great way to get fit and then stay fit. For something high tempo, go for a ride with one of our instructors in our new spin room. Let's roll. Pilates improves flexibility, builds strength, and develops control and endurance in the whole human body. It also improves coordination and balance. And the Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplement. See you at Gold's Gym. Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Today's high 91, the low 82, the heat index 105, the humidity is 66%. Tomorrow partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. High 90, low 80, seas 3 to 5 feet. Sunrise 5:49, low tide at 6:48, high tide 11:15, the second low tide 6:24, sunset 50 past 6. And that is it. The weekend officially begins right now. Thank you for watching. See you back here on Monday.